Alright, so today's March 1st. Woo! March 1st. That means we're either racing or we're close to racing. So today I'm working on labeling and kind of cleaning up our inventory, just getting everything looking decent so people know what we have. When they come in, we can kind of just bing bang boom. These guys are, Paul is back from Texas, so we'll have a chat with him coming up soon. These guys are just finishing up on this car. Patrick is working on door bars. That's usually about a 3/4 to a full day project, but he's getting it done in about an hour here, so he's shaved quite a bit of time off of there. So this is car 49. Looks like they're working on the front end here as well. So just about done, ready to come off. This car will leave tomorrow. This one will leave tomorrow, I believe. But we are supposed to get rain and snow this weekend, so I'm not sure if they'll make it up. Boy, these guys are noisy today. This here is a repair job that we're working on. They brought a Ford motor in here, so they're gonna go ahead and update this car so that they can put their new Ford motor in it. So Paul will be working on that when he comes back. So that's kind of where we are right now. Yeah, I don't know. You guys got anything? 50 cents? $1?
Racing season's coming.
Racing season's coming. We still have, I think our build list is down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 cars left. So there is still time to order one up. What are you working on, Ben?
Getting the body ready.
Did you notice who our pitcher was this week on the YouTube channel?
Oh shit, man.
Feed that hunger at Olivia's Family Restaurant.
It's you, so that means you are not liked nor subscribed to our channel yet. So you must like and subscribe our channel.
Alright.
If our employees don't do it, how are we gonna get other people to do it?
Come on, man.
So, anyways, I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and try to do these a little bit more frequently, maybe in like 10-minute intervals instead of 20. Oh, look, I got a package from our friends over there at Weir's Machine in Wisconsin. I got some transmissions that just got rebuilt. So, yeah, anyways, I'm going to try to do these 2 days a week, maybe 3, keep them at that 10 to 12 minute mark, hoping that you know, you guys we don't bore you too much, but like I said, if you could like, subscribe our channel, and we'll be talking to Paul here shortly as soon as he gets back. All right, peace out. All right, guys, today is Wednesday, March 2nd. Car's off the jig, another one going on. We flip them on their sides to take care of the underneath of the car. So Patrick, what's going on today?
Just gonna finish this up quick and start on the car.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. That's
There's
all
2
there
bubbles
is.
on this level. How am I supposed to know which one's which?
What?
Say that again.
There's 2 bubbles on the level.
Oh my God.
There's 2 bubbles and Ben doesn't know how to read it.
You were using the wrong side, Ben. You gotta flip it over. There's a bottom and a top. See? Oh, 2 bubbles. Oh, 1 bubble, and it's even level. Look at that. We got a direction tag for you on the level, so you know.
Yeah.
Ben, what are you working on?
I put this up for Paul to work on and start making bumpers.
Rear bumpers, right?
All of them.
Yeah.
All of the
Everything.
bumpers.
All
He
of
builds all of the bumpers.
You build all the bumpers?
No.
So this car, like I said, we're changing this over to a Ford, so needed a mid plate, so getting a mid plate now. Ben's spent some time here getting it all cleaned up, ready to go.
We don't discriminate here. We'll build anything.
Say that again?
We don't discriminate. We'll build anything.
There you go. We're an equal motor builder opportunity place of business.
Well, we only build about like one of these a year.
All right, so that's what's going on here. Hopefully Paul will be up shortly and we'll keep moving. Okay, so Paul's back from Texas. Go ahead and give us a recap of how your very interesting trip to Texas went.
It went pretty good. I mean, it started out okay, but then it ended terrible. But then it whatever worked out. But we left whatever that was, Friday, whatever, and went to Abilene to the races there. And I mean, it was pretty good week. Cars ran good. Pretty much we had 2 cars in the top 4 all 4 nights. I know the first 2 nights weren't part of the tour. It was just Abilene's Frostbuster deal. So I mean, all in all, everybody ran good. Shelby Williams was strong all weekend. He pretty much was in the top 4 every night in the 4 nights we raced. And PG Egberg was really good. I mean, he won the first night, got second the second night. Got second to Dale and Murdy. I mean, all the guys that were competing down there, I think we had 12, maybe 14 cars at Abilene, but then it kind of fell off when we went to Waco. And then the Devil's Bowl or whatever, I think we didn't have too many cars there. But all in all, it was a good trip. Coming home was a nightmare, but we could save that for a whole different episode. That'd probably take about 25 minutes to explain that. But all in all, we made it back and then made it back to Ames, Iowa Friday morning, and then went to the BHE and got to teach some class there. I think we had about 65 plus people there, so that was a pretty good time. Ben Baker, met him for the first time. He's a really smart fellow. He knows what he's talking about there. And other than that, pretty good time.
Okay. That's all you want to say about that?
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, yeah.
Okay. Well, one thing that I noticed on our YouTube channel is that people can leave comments out there. So let's go ahead and address some of these comments, I guess, or questions. One is basically directed at me. There's lots of ums and ahs in all of your videos. If you can't see, I did it again. And so it says if you can't think of a word, then it's best not to say anything. Sorry, I think all of us here.
We all do. It's funny when some people have fillers when they're talking.
Yeah.
The screen's red.
Yeah, it's going.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I just can't see myself usually.
Yeah. So that was the first one. So I guess the ums and ahs we'll try to cut out, but I don't know.
That's like trying to tell a Minnesota not to say yeah.
Yeah. You
or
betcha.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Shane wants to see more Stormy. So can you maybe call her up on your lap there?
Yeah, I could. Stormy.
I know we introduced Stormy a few.
Probably can't see her. I don't even know if you can see her there.
We introduced Stormy a few different times, and Stormy gets really, really sad.
As soon as you see a camera, too, she takes off.
Stormy gets really, really sad when her dad leaves her and goes on vacation. But she is a good shop dog. She likes to run and wander, but she's a good little dog. So we'll try to incorporate a little bit more Stormy in our videos. The next gentleman, his name is Junior, and I don't know if this is a good question for you or Ben, but he says, why do you guys mount the nose on the outside of the fenders instead of the inside of the fenders where the seam is? Just always wondered that because I see almost all of the cars from up north are like that.
The reason why we put the fender on the inside is the outside, because otherwise it just peels the sheet metal back. So like if you run into the back of somebody or whatever, the plastic being in the outside of the sheet metal, there's less chance of it peeling back. Where if you have the sheet metal on the outside, it's just not aerodynamic really. It's kind of like, I don't know, the way I look at it is like laying shingles on the side of a house. You know, you kind of have it so the water runs off it, so to speak. So same thing as the nose. You know, you put the sheet metal on the outside, then it's going to catch more stuff and peel back. So that's why we do that.
Just a little extra protection. Then we have Shane here. He says, boy, you guys need a bigger shop. Your shop is always full. How do y'all move around?
Well, that does suck, because last October we had in the makings that we had a schedule to put up a 40 by 100 on the back. but then I backed out of that because I'm a tight ass. I mean, I feel we could be way more efficient with a bigger shop, obviously, but then you got more overhead. Now you double your heating bill, double your electric bill, double, you know, blah blah blah. So I mean, it sounds good on paper, but then in the race car building industry, it's a volatile deal, because like right now with the way the economy is, I mean, we can already feel it already. Just with we'll build 58 cars, but by the end of March, I mean, we'll be caught up. So I mean, April, we probably, you know, if we don't sell any more cars, we ain't gonna have any more cars to build. And then with the cost of everything, I just called and ordered some more steel, and the steel's already gone up even more than it has 2 months ago. So I mean, it's just a bad time for the future of racing. I mean, hopefully, you know, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to, you know, give people bad ideas to quit racing or whatever. But I think if we all just do it, take it one race at a time, and instead of just you know, you don't want to feed into all this politic crap that's in this world. You know, if you just focus on your life and what's around you, I think you'll be better off than, you know, you don't want to just, I mean, we all got that knee-jerk instinct just to go, hey, we're going to quit racing, let's back out of it, whatever. But if you just take it one race at a time, it'll all work out.
Yep, and for the rest of us in the shop, we were all kind of hired under these circumstances, so we all just adapt, and you know, we just do what we need to do to get the product out the door at the best quality that we can. So
yep.
It doesn't really affect us here because we're just so used to it.
Right.
And we just know.
We just learn to work around it. We could probably be more efficient and make more money if we had more room, because it does suck if you know, you take one car off the jig and then you got to move 3 cars out of the way to get that out the door, and then move cars around outside to make room. So yeah, it gets rather hectic. So
yeah.
But it works out.
Another gentleman just in a previous video, he was talking about David Good. He was wondering if that was David Good's car. That was a turnkey car, and yes, that was.
Yeah, that was David Good's. Yep.
From Texas.
Yep.
And then there's just some comments on here about in one video I couldn't say Shyok. How do you say it?
Shryock. Shryock.
Yeah. So he was.
I always say Shyrock or Skyrocket. Skyrocket.
Yeah. Well, evidently this gentleman is he calls himself the crew chief, and he just says under the right circumstances, just call him Dry Dock.
Dry Dock.
Yeah. The rest of these are just, you know, kind of comments that I kind of missed over time, but a lot of comments about the shop, how big it or how small it is compared to what we do, and we've just kind of adapted, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it really is overhead. I mean, the biggest thing is, I think our biggest claim to fame that we got the grounds to stay on is that, I mean, we've been building cars since 1996. In the same shop. Same owner, same shop, and I don't think, you know, can't think of anybody else that is in that position other than, you know, they've either been changed through different owners or whatever. But I mean, I don't have, you know, that a lot of other companies or a lot of other businesses out there, they're either fed by other businesses on the backside of it to keep their doors open. I mean, this is solely what we do, is build race cars and sell race cars. I don't have a rich grandfather. I don't have you know, another business that's feeding it from the backside to keep the doors open. I mean, it's not an easy business to be in. So I mean, overhead's king in this business. I mean, if you want to succeed, you gotta keep your overhead down. I mean, you know, some of these other people, I always use the term smoke and mirrors, but there's a lot of that out there in this world, and a lot of people want you to believe that their huge building is manufacturing race cars, but that is probably a small percentage of what they're doing to keep their doors open. So it's like anything in racing, there's a lot of falsities out there, but that's what we do, and that's why our shop's so small. I mean, it's just, there's not a lot of money in building race cars, and you can't have a huge shop and, you know, make a little bit of money, because it takes a lot of money to pay for a big shop. So
another one was a Preston Hess, Haase. He says his dad owns a B&B, so that's kind of cool.
That's always cool to hear, yeah.
One person says it's crazy how different stock cars are in the U.S. compared to NZ. So is that New Zealand?
NZ, yeah, it could be New Zealand.
So
we built a car for some guys in Germany a few years back, and it was, yeah, they're a different side of racing, and our racing is a lot different. I mean, They race on hillsides and stuff and through trees and all kinds of stuff where we don't have to worry about hitting trees or ditches or road approaches. But all in all, racing's racing at the end of the day.
I hit the wrong button. Another guy says, how does Paul Berger look so young yet?
A guy
How
said
do-
that?
Yeah, he wants to know how you keep yourself looking so young.
Oh, it's a weird compliment for a guy, but I honestly I have no idea. I think some people just have for 50 years old, I guess. Yeah, you could say I got a baby face for 50 years old, but I'll take that. I'm just glad I got all my hair and all my teeth. That makes me happy every day.
I kind of thought your answer was going to be scissor kick, daily scissor
Yeah.
kicks and midget porn.
Yeah, daily. Yep. Chronic masturbation will go a long ways. No, scissor kicks, midget porn. It doesn't matter. But anything to keep that day glow face, you know. Yeah.
All right, so I think I've taken up enough of your time. You got a car back there waiting for Henry to be put in it, so you better get back there and get to work, and I guess we'll wrap it up.
All right, that sounds good.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get the notification when we post a new video.